Left ABC, and I found Richard's books because I had gone through a very difficult time in my life. I had lost 4 family members in the span of 16 months. And it was Richard's books that I found that became the pinpoints of light during this very dark time in my life of loss. And when you're enveloped in this great darkness and you have no way out, it were those little chapters of pinpoints of light when you can grab onto those footholds of little small things and small steps, those easy digestible bites that allow you to grab on and start to put that pinpoint of light with the next pinpoint of light that begins to light the way, that lights the room and lifts you up into that healing. And I knew I needed to tell this story. I knew I needed to meet Richard. And I did. I flew up. I met Richard. I met Chris 21 years ago in their home with Jazz and Kenna. Chris had much shorter hair then. Meeting Richard was like meeting Buddha in the Zen garden. And at that time, we sold the project as a half-hour comedy. A lot of things happened in between that time in Hollywood business. We weren't able to make a deal after 9 months. We then sold the project a few more times as a half-hour comedy. But as oftentimes happens, divine providence. And the divine providence of this project is that the true story here is really your story, Chris. Because while Richard had this incredible legacy of don't stress the small stuff, it was really his passing the baton to you. And is really, this movie is about your story and your healing. And your healing is the journey that we celebrate today. Because it is your story that will lift up the healing of so many people in this world, in this time that we have lost hundreds of thousands of people to COVID, to everyone who has lost a father, a mother, a sister, a brother, any family member or friend who weren't there to be able to say goodbye, who weren't there to be able to have that last moment. And your courage to be able to face that and lift your daughters up and to face that hero journey back from the darkness, from heartbroken to wholeness. This is your story, my love. And thank you for the privilege of being able to tell your story and because this is healing the hearts of so many. Thank you for listening. Executive producers always have to do this. Thank you. Now you speak.
Thank God. So if none of those good things happen, it's my fault. I'll be the one leaving out the back. No, I'm kidding. Oh God, this is so loud. I just want to say that Maura brought me into a situation I didn't realize was going to be life-altering. I was initially brought on to write a fictitious story, and then ultimately it became what it should have been, which was a biopic about Chris and her beautiful family. And I'm just thrilled with the cast that came together. I think you're going to find their performances remarkable. I got to see some sneak peeks, and they just do the material and Chris and her family great justice. So I just feel blessed to be part of this. For those of you who know Chris and her story very well, you will recognize quite a bit of the story, but because this is a film, things are somewhat truncated, there are some dramatizations, but I'm just very, very proud of the film. I think it's really beautiful, and I think it's going to do a lot of good.
And now, to the person who made this movie, what it is. Because there's no one who could have played this role in the way that they did. And I want to thank Heather Locklear, because Heather, you are not only the first person, you are the only person who could have played this role. Your heart, your spirit, and your performance is the most powerful experience and performance that I have ever seen. You gave this movie everything, and you showed up to set, giving it everything and your all, and your spirit and your own Zen Buddha spirit, where you reminded us every day not to stress the small stuff. You embodied this.
Not to sweat.
Did I say what?
Stress. It's not to sweat.
Sweat. Sweat? Yeah. Well, it's all of it, really. Do you want to make a movie like in 95 degrees and 90% humidity? Because then you're really not stressing and sweating all at the same time. Don't stress the small stuff. It's what you always say. Don't sweat. Sweat. That's your next book.
Thank you, that was really sweet, thank you. No, I just want to thank Maura for wanting me so badly that she came to my house, and especially Chris, that I have a forever friendship with, like my sister friendship, that immediately we had sparks. And it was such an honor to play you. I'm sure I didn't capture the essence of the angel you are, but I did as best as I could. So, and also these great actors and actresses have rounded out the whole thing so beautifully. So, yeah.
Hi, I've never played a real person on film except Abraham Lincoln on a comedy. So this was something new for me, but it was a privilege and an honor to play Richard Carlson. And thank you, Chris and Maura, for being there for me and answering my questions and letting me know exactly who Richard was. These three had the heavy lifting. I got to show up to set and just, like literally heavy lifting. I got to show up to set and just tried to be charming and suave, and we'll see if I did it or not. So, these three just solidified this whole thing, and as a cast, our chemistry together was instant, and that doesn't always happen, so I feel very blessed to be a part of it and to be here. Thank you.
Wow, this is official. I just want to say thank you so much to the creative team, the director, Heather, Jason, Natasha. You're right about the chemistry. It really did feel like a family, and there really was laughter behind the set. And it was such a loving, warm, safe set, which I think was amazing. And it was a great way to start off my first year of high school. I did it right before I started high school, and I'm the coolest kid in high school now, freshman year. So I want to say thank you to you guys. And obviously, thank you, Kenneth, for letting me play this part so beautifully. Love you.
I'm scared to go last. This experience was unbelievable. It was amazing in every way, shape, and form. Creatively, just being on set was such a dream, but working with the cast, I think for me was my favorite part, just because I felt like we did become a real-life family on set, and it was just so beautiful to have these forever friendships. And Chris, thank you so much for letting me be a part of your story. It is so touching and heartfelt, and I can't wait for you guys to see the film. I haven't seen it, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm so excited. I know it's going to be amazing, so cheers.
Yay.